Call the Transportation Committee meeting to order, Tuesday, May 10th, 2011. Roll call, Ms. Secretary, Councilman Kluwat, Councilman Lohr, or they're on their way, but they're at work. Councilman Lambert's going to lead us in the prayer.
Let's take a moment of silence and Mr. Claude Forsythe Sr. passed away, to recognize his family in these hard times. Lord, we thank you for allowing us to be here tonight to make some decisions on our highways to get them more safer for our citizens of this parish. We also want you, Lord, to keep an eye on the Mississippi River and keep the water inside the banks to protect us from flooding. We ask this in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing. Mr. Joseph Smith, he's working on his communication merit badge for the Scouts. Would you come up and say the pledge, please? Yes.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Joseph. Anyone wishing to speak on any agenda item, please sign in with Ms. Liz. Number 4, monthly report, Mr. Fairchild.
Thank you. Last month, our maintenance crews completed 106 work orders. We cleaned 15,930 feet of roadside ditches. We cleaned 2,110 feet of culverts. We cut 163 miles of state and parish roads. We sprayed 111 miles. It's been pretty windy. Anything over 10 miles an hour we can't spray, so that number's down some. And also at this time, we are working 7 lot violations. They've started to come in. So we're working 7 between sending out letters and have some ready to be cut in-house. Completes the report.
Anyone wishing to have any comments on the monthly report? Thank you, Mr. Kluwat. Ms. Liz, Mr. Kluwat's here. On the lot violations, Ronnie, there's 7.
Yes, we're working 7, yes. We have
Okay.
7 complaints, and some of them we've sent letters to and hadn't responded yet, so there's 7 that we're working.
Mr. Kluwat, Mr. Joseph.
Ronnie, I know we've been working on this lot cleaning and everything, but this is only for
Recorded subdivision.
That's why I want to make sure, because
That's all, recorded subdivision.
all right, the process is a little bit different if it's another abandoned piece of property out in the rural area.
Right.
So, all right, thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Kluwat?
Yes, basically that's what we've been trying to work on for a long time, to get it to where we can go out other than a subdivision, and I think we should have some reports coming through strategic planning on that, and try to make some progress on that type of stuff.
Okay, good job, Ronnie, with the report on the spraying. Number 5 would be the road project status update. Ben?
Yes, the West Worthy Road widening, the construction activities have been completed on that. There was a final inspection, a punch list was prepared, and that's being worked on. A balancing change order is anticipated for that project, and we still don't have the final quantities tallied yet, so once we get that, then the balancing change order will be processed. On the Roddy Road widening project, the city water well relocation, this was prepared last week, so a little bit outdated. I said punch list being addressed. That punch list has been completed. The city of Gonzales has been coordinated with on this since it's their water well. We're all signed off on that. We're closing that project out. The school fence project, we're working on the plans to get that fence relocated. Clearing and grubbing, the punch list is being addressed currently, and we're also anticipating a balancing change order on that project. Mainly because there was a small section on the plans that was removed from the clearing and grubbing that was south of 621. The parish took that on and did that part themselves. Clearing, and that part is completed. The roadway widening plans, we're reviewing those right now in-house. The GSA provided those, and the utility relocations are being coordinated currently. 2004 intersection improvement program. These are intersection improvements at 621 and 929. Right now, the utilities are being relocated. We're finalizing contract documents for advertising and trying to get that put out for advertisement later this month to get that going. No change on the 932, 933 intersection improvements. Cannon Road is in the drainage engineer is working on calculations for sizing those pipes. Parker 929, we are in the right-of-way acquisition phase on that. We have the design engineer is finishing up design plans on that. They're coordinating with DOTD to get all the approvals we need on that. We missed the construction window for this year on that one, though. We can't get that out to bid in time to have the construction take place while school is out, so that's going to be pushed off till next summer. But we'll be ready to go whenever that time comes. Church Point at Roddy Roundabout, we're still working on the RFQ for feasibility to study engineering design. 2011 maintenance project, working on wrapping those plans up and trying to get that out for advertisement in the next couple of weeks, and with the goal of going to construction in the middle of the summer. So, on the state projects, 431 Roundabout. They're still telling us the anticipated letting date is of December of this year. 431 intersection improvements, still saying anticipated letting date of June of 2012. There were some minor sewer issues that arose that the parish met with DHH, and we're working on some corrections for that. 42 widening project, that schedule's the same as it was last month. The draft environmental assessment is still in review with Federal Highway. They're anticipating environmental clearance in July. Right-of-way acquisitions are supposed to start in July. And final design plans later this year. They expect right-of-way acquisition to be complete in March, May 2012. Projected letting pending funding in June of 2012. The sewer design is past the 50% stage now, and they're working in conjunction with DOTD because DOTD's been tweaking some of their drainage design, which is impacting the sewer layout. Associated with this project is the Oak Grove Park mitigation. The widening of 42 is going to result in a taking from that park because it's federally funded park land. It has to remain park property in perpetuity, and if you're going to take any of it, you have to mitigate it that same amount. So we're trying to work with a solution on one of the adjacent properties, or if we have to go off-site, then there's some additional measures that have to take place. But we're working in coordination with the state park department and DOTD to address that. 73 widening from I-10 to Airline. They're remain projected letting in June, July of this year. 44 sidewalk project. We're still working on closing that project out. There's some grant funding cleanup. I mean, not cleanup, but just paperwork that has to occur. That's all that remains on that project. The Amite River Relief Bridge. They're pouring the deck this week. This was done last week, and they expect to be complete on that project at the end of June. 431 Gold Place Turn Lane. DOTD is awaiting a recommendation from the parish, and this is the next agenda item. So we'll discuss that a little bit more.
Councilman Lambert?
Yeah, Ben, on the Oak Grove, how much property are we going to be taking? Pretty much all that parking lot?
The DOTD has taken 0.1445 acres. It's about a 15-foot strip across the front. Part of the problem is that the parking lot for both CVS and the park is constructed in the existing right-of-way.
That's what I was wondering, because we just built that parking lot.
Yeah.
One other question, I guess, is, you know where I'm coming on that one, is Cannon Road. I know we're still in the plannings, but we've been in plannings for 2 years on this project, and and all we're doing is putting culverts in the ditch, so I keep asking the same question every month, and we're still in the same planning, or are we progressing?
No,
or
we've
Can you
got-
give me a time frame of when maybe this project will be taking place?
Well, right now I'm trying to finish up the road maintenance project, and we have a large drainage study project going on. Those two are kind of clouding the crystal ball of when I'll be able to get focus on some of these other ones. But Tori is actively working on that. He's got plans underway. He's working with Daryl Primo to size the pipes. So right now I don't know how much we have left on that, but I'll give you a timeline next month.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Joseph,
No question. No comment.
Councilman Kluwer.
Yeah, real quick on the LA 44 sidewalk, there's no more, we're not constructing any more sidewalks on that grant, right?
No, I mean that project's complete. All the sidewalks that's in is there, and that project did finish under the bid amount that the contractor came in with. That was funded through a state safety grant.
On the LA 431 intersection improvements, you got, did you have some minor sewer issues being addressed?
Yeah, there were a couple of sewer discharges, individual residential sewer discharges that were coming into the right away there. They're adding turn lanes as part of that 431 intersection improvements, and so there's going to be culverted or kind of curb and gutter there. DOTD doesn't want sewer coming into their stormwater piping, so we worked with DHH, came up with what they would be happy with. I've got back with DOTD, and I'm just trying to make sure DOTD.
Exactly where that's at, where they have the.
It's the what is it? Right where Weber City, crosses? I forget.
429?
Yeah, there, kind of right that corner, opposite the school. There's
Yeah, opposite the school, 935.
right. So
Church Point.
Right. So 2 houses going north from there on 431, and 3 houses going east from that intersection.
3 houses going east on that intersection.
And the proposed solution to address DOTD's concerns is to provide a catch basin. DHH wants to be able to sample individual discharges. So if we tie directly into the DOTD storm sewer, which they won't let us do, all the sewer would be mingled, or the treated sewer, because these are permitted discharges, would be mingled before it came out the end of the pipe. So
Yeah.
DHH just wants a place to be able to sample each of these individually. So I think that means a separate catch basin where this comes into, and then we'll manifold those together and just discharge back into the ditch where the taper ends on the.
Yeah, I'm just questioning a lot because I think I know where you're at, but, basically the heading just says 431 intersection improvements. It doesn't name necessarily the intersection.
Right. Well, there's a number of intersection improvements
Yeah.
on the corridor that they're doing, and so
Okay.
Parish President.
On the Gold Place 431 project, I'm looking at the 4 options that they're looking at. Seems like the 431 is a state road, and Gold Place is a state road at that corner, is that correct? And then Cannon Road is Parish Road.
Yes.
So what are they wanting us to do, Ben, on this?
well, the original proposal of what DOTD was working on was adding a turn lane on
On
Gold
430
Place
on
to
Gold
431,
Place. Okay.
which I don't think is going to help some of the traffic situation there.
Mm-hmm.
The district engineer for DOTD looked at it. He said that the most advantageous thing to do would be to add turn lanes on 431.
Yes, we believe in that.
Right. And, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. That's the conclusion that they eventually arrived at. And so what that means is, they want a recommendation from us saying, yes, we want you to do that. Then I have to work with them to address the whole financing issue. The parish has 35,600 in the budget for that project. There's a federal match of 136,000. That won't cover the turn lanes on 431 at that intersection. So once we have the recommendation, then I'll work with DOTD to see where we can get some more money, either through the STP greater than 200K funding, or maybe some of their safety funds can
Do you
cover
need
the
a
difference.
resolution from
Um,
us?
Yeah, we're just looking for a recommendation because the original thing was to put
we'll
turn
catch
lane
it
on.
later.
We'll catch it on
Okay.
the next item, okay? Go ahead, Councilman Lambert.
Yeah, one question. You know, I've talked with a couple of representatives, and they said they had some money available for these turn lanes, quite a few turn lanes. Are we funding this all the way, parish funds, these turn lanes? Or the state helping?
All I hear is that the state.
All I've heard is all parish monies, you know.
All state. That's what I'm hearing on these now. I have not been asked to come up with any matching money.
Okay, well,
Right. There's
Now, on this particular one, yes, because I think that, again, we have when you get two intersections with state roads, that's all state roads, then it's that project.
yeah.
When you get a project that's got it, one part of it is parish, then we got
Right.
a situation, same way as Church Point and other roads now. So, my point is, on this one, I guess you said you have something here, Rec 6, that we can go maybe through the MPO and get some safety money on this and try to make it qualify for that, and I think
Okay.
it will. So,
All right.
again, you go back to how many wrecks they had and how many fatalities they had, and then
No doubt.
that's where you fall short, and then you're kind of out of the loop. So we
Yeah.
need to look at all our options, but I think the combination of both would be good. So we already discussing 6, so that would be my recommendation.
Thank you.
Any other comments on the status update? Not, we'll move to number 6, the recommendation for Highway 431 in Gold Place. Councilman Cluart, you want to make a,
Yes, I'd like
Res-
to recommend the board, I make a motion that we recommend to the state that we go ahead with the turning lane on 431 at Gold Place intersection in both directions, rather than just a right turn, say, lane in at Gold Place.
I'll second that motion.
motion by Councilman Cluart, second by Councilman Lambert. Discussion? None, motion passed. Number 7, substantial completion, punch list from Worthy Road. Ben?
asking for a recommendation for approval for the certificate of
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Todd
Second.
Lambert, second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Discussion? None, motion passed. We have a change order. This is in the amount of $131,622 Coastal Bridge. Ben?
Asking for a recommendation for approval of the balance and change order to close out the 2010 road maintenance project.
Being it's a negative, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make that motion.
Motion by Councilman
I'll second.
Todd Lambert, second by
Put that
Councilman
on Cannon
Cluart.
Road.
Yeah.
Discussion?
Here's some covers.
None, motion passed. Past President, you had anything on that?
No, I just want to thank Public Works and, of course, the engineering department for bird dogging this project, and it's come in $131,622 to our favor. So that's always a good thing, and I'm sure we get several projects that we'll be able to use the money on. So if they'll all come in like that, we can almost have another project.
I got a quick question, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Cluart?
Yeah, I just want to ask the DPW department that just transportation is on the coastal bridge. What's your evaluation? Coastal bridge performed well on your projects?
Ended up working out okay with it.
Okay.
We had a little trouble with our shoulder, was the main thing, and that's the only problem we had with it.
Thanks, sir.
All right, number 9, approval of 3-way stop signs, Pelican Crossing Drive, Bayou Conway Drive, and Clark Plantation Drive. Ben?
This is actually Ronnie.
Okay, in your package, I have a petition signed by the residents, and it's, there's no sidewalks and a lot of construction going on right now. They requested a lot of speeders, and they requested some 3-way stop signs.
So
We
moved,
have
Mr.
no
Chairman.
objection to it.
Moved by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Chris Lohr. Discussion? None, motion passed. Councilman George, you had any? Okay, 10, name change for Johnny DePlessis Road to Bridgewater Avenue for 911 purposes. Planning Department, recommendation. Ben,
Yeah, this is something that came out of the planning department. It's a small segment of road between Oak Heritage and the new Stonegate subdivision. There's no residences on that little stretch. It just connects the two subdivisions. It is in line with Johnny DePlessis, but there's a pond and a subdivision and no roads that are going to be built in between them. So they just wanted to kind of clean this up and eliminate any potential confusion in the future for having two segments of Johnny DePlessis that would never touch.
motion by Councilman Chris Lohr. Second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Discussion? None, motion passed. Parish President?
Before you close, we had a meeting today of all the emergency people, sheriff's office, all the mayors, and Councilman Joseph was there, and the levee districts, to just get a briefing on what's going on with the river here in Ascension Parish, and everything seems very much in order. We feel like that our levees are in good shape. We don't anticipate any problems whatsoever in Ascension Parish. Of course, no one never knows what could happen, but at this point, I just want to reassure the residents and you guys that every precaution is being taken. We're monitoring it 24 hours a day, and all agencies involved are ready to go at a minute's notice. So just to let people know, and we will be posting updates on the website on a daily basis, and you should be getting an email daily reports. So everything seems to be in order, and the only other thing I want to say is that we're continually meeting on a master transportation plan. We are making pretty good progress. Hopefully at the next meeting I'll be able to give you an update, and maybe you can start looking at some options and we can start discussions on this. We're not in any hurry on it, but we just need to kind of get you guys in the mix. So well, maybe as I said, I'll give you another more detailed update at the next meeting.
Appreciate that.
Motion
Councilman
to
Lambert.
adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert to adjourn. Second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. We adjourn.